Hello and welcome to our first tutorial here with Premiere. Before we jump into Premiere though, I just want to point out something that if you are doing a package, of course you are doing a package, so at this point you should have at least written a rough draft of your script. I happen to have the full script here from start to finish, and that's not a bad idea. Actually have something pretty well nailed down as far as where you're going with the story. And the first thing, again, as always, that you should write is this anchor intro that you are not going to say as the reporter. This is going to be your lead-in right here to the first soundbite, which is right here. Okay, so I put my script, that anything that I'm going to say or the anchor is going to say in all caps, and I put my interviewees words in lower and uppercase. All right, and as you can see up here, I have my slug, I have the date, and my initials. So that would be basically the way I want you to turn in your scripts as well. Also, you can put some video cues over here in the left-hand column. So again, with this in mind, we've got the script all ready to go. So we can start at least getting some files moved from your SD card over into your hard drive. So we'll go here to computer, and let's say for instance you've got some clips here on your SD card. We go ahead and double click on that, go to the private folder, and then we would have our AVCHD, and what we would do here then is just right click on it and right click on AVCHD and copy it, and then go back down here to computer, and we'll go back up here and find a place for it under users, D. Brady, and my videos. And in my videos I have a handy dandy BC200 folder, and I can copy it in here. So I would just right click and paste my clips here, but I'm not going to actually paste these clips because, as you can see, I already have 3 folders worth of video files residing here, so I have everything I need. But again, if I needed to copy them here, I would just simply just go ahead and hit paste, and they would build in over a few minutes or so, depending on how many clips that you have. Alright, so assuming that we have all of our clips ready to edit, or at least most of all the clips already transferred from your SD card. I mean, you could go out and get more later as needed, or if you wanted to record your voice later, but it's better to have everything at your disposal before you sit down to actually start putting your piece together. All right, so let's get out of that. We will go ahead and launch Premiere. And what we're going to do now in Premiere is just talk a little bit about file management and kind of getting things started. But again, you have the option to start a new project in Premiere. And again, if you do that, then you would have to go up to File, and remember that File, New Sequence. You'd have to do that, and we'll go over that here. But I'm going to actually open a project that I'm currently working on called CS Degrees. And I'll just go ahead and click that out of there. I don't need that because I'm going to go grab those clips a little later. But again, let's say if this was a new project that it had the default setting, I would have to go up here and go to New and then Sequence. Remember, if this was a new project that we were opening, we'd go to File, New, and Sequence, and then you click on Sequence, and then you can select AVCHD 720p30, which is what you should be shooting in on your Panasonic cameras. Okay, so with that as an assumption that you're functioning here within AVCHD 720p30, we'll go ahead and close that window. And again, as you can see, I already have taken the liberty of building in a few clips here, and I've renamed those clips from just the raw number file name that you get when you record those files on the Panasonic camera. But I'm going to go ahead and import a few more clips. So I'll just go up here to File and Import. And let's see, we'll go back here to BC200, and I'm looking for those files here in Premiere Tutorial Files. Again, under AVCHD, BDMV, and the stream folder, and then here they come. and I'll look down here, and I believe I'm looking for clips 24 and 25. So I'll just go ahead and left click on 24. I'll hold down the shift key and then hit the right arrow, and then I can grab both of those clips here, select them both, and then just hit open, and it will build them into my project here in the bin window. And again, I'll want to rename these clips. I'll just go ahead and call this one well, because I know that these two clips relate to part of my script that talks about the surgical tech program at Northern. I'll go ahead and just call these Surg Tech. And this one I think has some close-ups in it, so I'll call out that Surg Tech CU. And this one down here, I'll just call Surg Tech. I think these are mostly wide shots, but give me something to go on here anyway within my bin window. So this is where you want to organize your clips, and again, alphabetize them and get them so where you can grab them and easily identify them and drag them onto the timeline. Okay, so that's kind of getting things set up. I need to go grab a few more, if you don't mind. And let's see, this time I'm going to go fishing in the Premiere Files 3 folder. And again, we'll go through all this. And right now what I'm going to be importing actually are my narration track clips, and some really stellar video here off of my desk, and I'll just go ahead and grab those. Again, I'll just go ahead and left click on the first one, hold down the shift key, and then right arrow, and I get all three clips for the price of one, and open those and import those into my bin window. And again, you can see them down here, and I can rename them. I've got a few leftover clips here that I'm going to actually just delete. I'll take those out, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, and we'll leave those for use here in just a moment. Okay, so that gets me set up where I have at least transferred my clips from my SD card to the hard drive, imported those clips now, at least the ones that I want, from the hard drive into my bin window. I have my preview window up here and effect controls that we'll cover in the next tutorial. And again, of course, the timeline here where we will be spending a lot of time working on our first package. And hopefully by the time you hit the second package, you won't be spending as much time in the timeline. So anyway, that's the overview of Premiere here and how to get started. We will pick it up from there in the next tutorial. Thanks.